Well, howdy folks, Argsy here. Nice to see you all again this morning. Now, I know the question on the tip of everyone's tongue is going to be, how's Uncle? I'm sorry we had to rush away yesterday, but it was a little bit of a fright for Aunt, but not as bad as one first thought. Uncle had a little bit of a slip in the bathroom, fell, hit his head, and if everyone knows what a head wound is like, those things can bleed. It didn't look very pretty when I got there, but all in all, he's not doing too bad. He has spent the night in hospital, and they are just doing a little bit of observation on him, but they reckon he should be okay. So all should be good there. Now, we're carrying on. We've already been down, and if you have a look at the money for our bank account, we're up to $76,300. We've already been out early this morning and taken another 3 loads of bales in. We've only got about a load and a half left to do here in this field, and then we're going to be all done. So that's going to be good, get them all out of the way, but we're basically clearing about 13 grand a load. So I don't know. I don't know if the value of corn stalks is going to stay like that forever. But while it's that good, we're certainly going to make money while the sun shines, so to speak. And the sun is shining this morning, and we're going to get these all loaded up. The other news, we have been in touch with the real estate agent about that plot of land up the road, up next to our field, and we'll just jump in the skid steer, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So it turns out the auction is today, so we're going to be up there a little bit later on. It's not till early afternoon, but we're going to have to get up there and make our presence seen. Obviously, having this little bit extra money coming in is pretty good. The value on the land, we've done a little bit of research. It was only worth about 20 grand if you were buying it just as a piece of land. There's not really any improvements on it in terms of buildings or anything like that. I mean, it's just a hole in the ground, really. So I don't know what we might offer. Maybe go to 50,000 for it. I mean, we've got the money in our bank account just from selling these bales, so it could be worth checking that out and doing that. We'll see. We'll have to make a little bit of a choice on what it is we want to offer for it, but I've thought more and more about it, and again, thank you people who commented. I thought it was actually a darn good idea to get our own plot of land and actually start to establish ourselves here in a little bit more permanent way. So lots going on, lots to do today. What else are we trying and get done? I'm hoping to actually get down here with the plough. It's a little bit of a shame that that bag of corn over there is in the way, but I do want to come down and actually merge these 2 fields into one. We've talked to the landlord, he doesn't mind, so we might come down and give that a shot as well. But yeah, that bag's just going to be in the way for that. But we've also got some lime coming to get put on here too. We've got the co-op coming to get some lime spread on these fields, because if you remember when we took them over, they didn't actually have that much lime, or the pH levels weren't actually that good. So that's something else we've got planned. So another busy day getting things done as always. So we'll get this loaded up, get these bales all down and sold, and then we'll be heading off to do something else. So we'll catch up with you in just a little bit. Well, I've got to admit, I am pleased this is the last bale. Let's hope it goes on a whole lot easier than the ones earlier did. That was quite possibly the most frustrating loading session I've had. I hope that I do not have to see another console bale for quite some time. But there we go. That is all on and they are done. So let's get this put up on here because we're obviously going to need to take it back now that we're all done with those. So we'll park this up. Hopefully have enough space. Let's have a look. In fact, we can fold those forks up on the front, which is kind of handy. Gives us a little bit more space up on here. Park that up nice and tight. Not that it really matters, so we'll strap those down. There we go. Undo that there. We'll get this strapped down a couple of spots. A couple of straps up over the bales. And we'll be good to go. Go and get those sold. Looks like the price has gone up a little bit too, because it's a little bit more than 13,000 we got for that load of bales. But I tell you, we'll take 13 grand from Uncle for those and figure that one out. But let's get this all done. We'll get that folded up. Turn the truck back on, and we'll go and get this last load sold, and then get everything back to the yard. But feels good to have all of these bales out of here, which is quite exciting. So we'll catch up with you in just a minute. So let's take a look down here, see what we're going to get for these 5 bales. What is it? About a third of a load, so I don't know, 4 grand maybe, 3.5 grand. Turned around, got in there in time. We have. Let's jump off, get those unstrapped, and they should start selling. And that one there, and they're all going to disappear. Slowly, at least 2,200. Bring it to 2,300 for those ones. We'll just move forward. Oh, they must still have a strap over them. Something I missed. Maybe they're detecting that strap there. Alright, there we go. They were too close to the skid steer, but that's got them sold now. So $1,500 there, and the 2.3. So just under what? Just under $4,000, 3,800 or so. All of those. So that's good. So we will average out the money there. We'll take, what's that, another 13 and 4, we'll take 17 grand out of Uncle's account. That will take us down for him to $29,000, and it'll push us up to, what's that going to be, 80, 90 something thousand. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, $90,000, which is going to come in handy, so we can go and put some money down to try and purchase this plot of land. Anyhow, get back up to the yard, get everything unloaded, put away. We've got a bit of tidying up to do up there as well. There's some pretty filthy equipment and things like that lying around which need some work, and we'll obviously go and check in on Uncle and see how he's doing, or go and check on Auntie at least, see if she's around. She might want to go down to the hospital and see Uncle too. We'll see if see what we can do to give them a hand there. We've made it back down here to the yard. We did stop in and have a look in the house. There's actually no one home, so I thought I'd give the hospital a call. It turns out Uncle's going to be able to come home later today. Doesn't seem to be anything that's sort of lasting damage, just the head knock. Just need to keep an eye on him for now, but they're not too worried about him at all. Now, we've got another couple of hours till the auction. The auction runs at 1 o'clock, so I want to be down there a little bit earlier. Not too early though, I don't want to seem too eager and keen, but that gives me a chance. Get everything unloaded, and we're going to have a bit of a tidy up. The state of that tractor and baler and the corn header, probably the combine as well, all needs a good hose off, good of wash down and that before we put it away for winter. So we'll spend a little bit of time this morning and across lunch doing that before we have to go and get ourselves all tidied up. We'll go and find something to make ourselves look a little bit more presentable before we head down, because we want to give ourselves every chance we can to win this auction. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll get this all sorted out, and then we're going to head down, go and see if we can buy some land. Alright, first things first, let's get this backed off here. It's a little bit daunting actually backing this down, because you get on quite an angle, but there we go, it's not too bad at all. Just sort of let your foot off the brake and let it roll. So we'll bring this over here because we need to give this a wash down. Look, it's got dirt and dust and everything all up in here. We have to be a little bit careful with the instruments, but we should be okay. It's all pretty weatherproof, just as long as we don't spray the hose directly on it, and then nothing will happen. So get that turned off, hopefully. Enough space to get in there, get to the tractor, and even do the header here actually. In fact, no, we need to do some work on the header. We need to go through and make sure it's all good for before we put it away. We don't want to put it away with any damage or anything on it, so we'll give it a wash off and just leave it there. We might do the combine a little bit later, but we'll get these other bits of equipment all sorted out. So we'll just go over and grab the hose. Alright, there we go. Let's go and have a look and get this all washed down and put away. Well, there we go. That's everything looking much tidier. It didn't take too long, but all nice and clean here. Now, I was trying to clean the sign up there, making the gleaner a bit cleaner, but turns out if we get up here, it's actually a very reflective little logo, so it's actually reflecting the trees and everything over in the distance. So I thought it was dirty from down here. It looked like it's filthy, and I couldn't figure out why the A and the R weren't. Maybe it's trying to spell Argsy, who knows. Anyhow, that's us all done. So I think we're going to move on. We'll get the trailer actually unhooked and go and get that put away. And then we're going to go head back into town, go and get ourselves all dressed up, and head on down to this auction. Looking forward to it. I'm beyond excited to finally have the chance to get our own bit of land. So we'll see you down there. Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm running a little bit later than I'd hoped, and I hope I haven't gone over top on the cologne. It's actually starting to stink and give me a little bit of a headache here in the pickup, but it's just about down here. We're hopefully not too late. We've got about 15 minutes till the auction's about to start, so let's get in there and see what's going to happen. But hang on, it's not the Lodge helicopter, is it? It is too. That's the same helicopter that came in for the Lodge. I wonder, oh goodness, we could... I hope he doesn't have designs on this bit of land. I mean, after we turned him down, this would be ideal for them. I hadn't even given that any thought. Alright, well, let's go and face the music. Let's go and see what happens and see how this auction goes. But we could be up against it. We really could. Well, I'm not going to lie, but that has possibly been the hardest hour of my life. I came in here with high expectations, but, well, I'm sorry to say, it's not ours. We went as far as we could. We went to 90 grand. If you remember, I said it was only worth about 20. It was only me and the Lodge guy at the end of it, but there was actually a couple of other interested parties, but as soon as it got across that 20 grand, they were out. So I took him as far as I could, but there's no way you can match that. Like, he's already in his helicopter ready to take off. He came up and shook my hand, said I put up a good fight at the end, but didn't tell me what his plans were. I did say, what are you planning to do here with it? He wouldn't tell me, wouldn't share any of the information, but kind of said, you know, you had your chance and you missed out, boys, so that's it. We're going to have to reconsider. I was really looking forward to that, actually. Look at that, with the trees. You got some deer floating around down there as well. Well, there goes that dream. We'll just have to, I mean, now real estate agent knows we're in the market, so we'll keep our eye out to see if any other opportunities arise, but there's nothing around. We could always talk to Uncle and Aunt. Maybe we could build on the plot down there we were going to put the lodge on, or the lodge guy wanted to use. Who knows? Anyhow, we're going to carry on. We've got some lime to apply. The co-op, we're going to be down there just after 2, so let's head on down, get into a bit of farm work to take our mind off this, but pretty disappointed. Well, they said they'd be here just after 2, and it looks like they're already set up and underway. Now, this is I've got to say, it's a pretty ingenious way for them to be doing the refill. You wouldn't want to bring that truck down in here. It's not wet, but it's not soft. It's not hard, so you really wouldn't want to get a truck stuck down in here. But the adjustability on that auger means they can actually get it down low enough that they're just able to bring the spreader in underneath that. But we'll just pull in here and park out of the way. See, is good. Don't want to crash into our bag of corn. That would go everywhere, but that should give them enough space. Yeah, they can get around past that. Let's just have a look. Are we getting some lime down there? It's pretty hard to tell, but you can just make it out. It's kind of ending up in underneath the foliage a little bit there, but definitely is. So spreaders over there in the other side. In fact, our little handheld precision farming data there does tell us that our pH value is perfect. Nitrogen, not so much, which we'd expect. So there we go. I think we might just throw the drone up, hang out here with these guys for a little bit. I've decided we're not going to bother ploughing this little piece up here in the middle today, or this side of winter. We'll leave it as grass, otherwise it could turn into a little bit of a muddy bog. If we get any water running off the road or anything, probably find we'd get a whole lot of soil that would end up lost down in the stream. So I think for now we'll leave that there. Obviously we can only plough half of it because of the bag there in the way, so we'll have to wait till we get in and get that taken out. But anyhow, I'm going to go grab the drone out of the truck, we'll throw that up in the air, and we'll just watch these guys at work. Well, I think this is probably the last little bit for them to do in here. Just this little wedge. Shouldn't take too long at all. A few metres and they'll probably get to the end. Turn the spreader on for just about as long as it's off. There we go. That should be us all done. That's gone pretty well actually. They haven't had to fill up too many times. There we go, just a notification to say they have finished. So we'll help them get this all put back away and tidied up. But I think that's going to be a perfect spot to end today's episode. That's pretty much all our field work done pre-winter. There's not much else we can really get into doing. So what we're going to be doing next, I'm not really sure. You might catch us maybe when the prices are good and we actually start selling some of this, some of these grains we've got. We've got a whole lot of corn here to do. We've got the 3 silos back up at the yard to empty out as well. So next time could see us making a whole lot of money for Uncle and a little bit for ourselves as well. So stay tuned and see where we end up. But for today, for this episode, that is us done. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Do hope you have enjoyed it and we'll catch you in the next one.